Are you in the market for a new mouse? Are you tired of using inferior ones like SteelSeries and Razer, whatever those companies call themselves these days? Well, look no further than the Logitech G502, the greatest, the greatest mouse ever created. Hello everyone, the Duke here, and we're going in depth today about why the G502 is the king of all mice. I bought this about 5 years ago for $50, which it actually is a little cheaper now. Since then, the mouse has, well, been rock solid. Unlike my Razer Death Adder, which was the mouse prior to this. I really liked that one, but it only lasted a couple of years before it crapped out and the left mouse button stopped working, which, is kind of a bit of a problem when you're playing first-person shooters. The G502, on the other hand, has been rock solid, unlike Logitech's headphones. Now, the first crowning achievement of this mouse is it's comfortable. It fits the right hand perfectly. And you might say, Will, I use my left hand, and to that I say, it fits just immaculately. It's incredibly comfortable, and look at this. One of the buttons is right by your thumb. Of course, the ability to adjust your DPI is right by your index finger, or maybe it's the first finger, I don't really know. But everything is right where you need it to be. It's not like one of these mice where you have to type in a code to get into the mouse, to program it or whatever. It's very, very well laid out. Secondly, of course, is the programmable buttons. There's 11 of them. 11 programmable buttons on a mouse. And yes, that's maybe smaller than some other ones, but to be honest, why do you need so many? I only really use the DPI up and down and this little button right here by your thumb, which I talked about, because it allows you to slow down your DPI temporarily. Instead of having to press the DPI button down a few times to get that sniper shot, you can now hold this button down, aim for the shot, and miss it just like you would the other way because you're not very good at sniping. In addition, it has the greatest button of all, which is right behind the mouse wheel. That is, the mouse wheel unloosener. Press this button and your wheel becomes free, just like the eagles carrying the wind, or wait, maybe that was backwards. But with this, you can scroll past cooking blogs with ease, skipping the boring parts about people's life as you look for recipes on how to make chicken pot pie. I think I've said this before, but why do people do this? I do not care. Show me how to make the recipe. And even after all these years, these buttons still feel as tactful, I don't know, as they were when I first got it. It also has a nice little RGB logo here, which you can't see, but it allows you to get those sick pics for a random Frank P or something. The Logitech software that you'll need to program this mouse is actually no longer hot garbage. For the last couple of years, it's actually been rather stable compared to when I first got it, as when I tried to close the program, the X would stay on the screen regardless of whatever you did, so you'd be playing a game and you just have this annoying gray blob until you restarted your computer. It was awful. I almost couldn't take it, but they eventually fixed it and it's actually very easy to use. There's a slot underneath the mouse to add weight, and well, if you are one of those people that uses weight in their mouse, I will find you and steal your metal. Also, of course, the design of this mouse is perfect. It is sex appeal in a mouse. Look at this thing. The styling is perfect. There's even another version that has these cool little white outlines, so that way you can see the yellow sweat from your hands after your many hours of usage in Rainbow Six Siege. But look at just a glance at it, glare at it, see its beauty, and appreciate it for what it is. Now, of course, you hear this and that, and you might think, well, it's quite nice, but it's not wireless, and would you believe it? There's a wireless version. The G502 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse with Hero 25K sensor. Look at this thing. It's the G502, but perfected. There's literally nothing even better than this. This is the pinnacle of mouse design. And of course you may say, well, if this is the pinnacle of mouse design, why don't you have it? And well, for that, you see, The G502 is still going strong for me. I'm a wired boy, you know, I'm always wired when I make videos, and I just love the feeling of plugging a USB in, not like a little dongle, I mean, because those things are really difficult for my, you know, fat hands. But the thing is, plugging in a cable, it's just a satisfying thing, and maybe it's because of the boomer in me, but I just like doing it. That's actually a lie. I'm not paying $150 right now because this mouse is perfectly fine. I would definitely buy it if some misfortune happened to this mouse, but until then, it's been going strong and I foresee it going strong for many more years to come. Did I also mention there's a couple other versions? Because you might go to Amazon.com and be a little confused. You have the G502 Hero, the G502 Hero KDA, which is the LOL version. A game that I'm not going to pronounce the actual name because, well, it's cringe. Then you have the G502 SE, which, you know, is like the standard edition, but for some reason it's more expensive and it's silver. I mean, it kind of looks kind of cool, but, you know, it goes against the contrasting blacks of my setup. There's 4 versions in total. I mean, make your pick, but I would just get either the basic G502 Hero, or if you've got a little more of that sweet, sweet dough to spend, the G502 Lightspeed for those fast and wireless boys. Overall, the purpose of this video was simply to express my love and appreciation for the greatest mouse ever made. I've convinced one other friend to get it. Actually, no, maybe 2. No, it's been 1, but we have been unfathomably in love with our mouses ever since because they are the pinnacle of mice engineering. There will never be anything better than this mouse. Well, maybe unless till elongated muskrat gets to the Mars or moon, whatever, I don't know. But, you know, until then, this is the king of all mice. And any other opinion is wrong. I hope you were inspired by this video to spend money in this trying time on something that you, well, maybe don't need to, but will forever change your life for the better. This has been the Duke, signing off.